Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once again, first person tutor, you're only seeing my hands, right? That's the plan, right? 7.7 months is roughly 8, right? But what if I wanted to know how many days that was actually going to be? Well, I mean, we can actually solve that problem, right? If 1 month is approximately 30 calendar days, right? For argument's sake. Now, I hope you can see this. If you can't, I apologize. I might have to write that a little bit up. So let me know, right? 1 month is 30 calendar days. So the question is, what is 7/10 of a month? Right? Now, obviously I can get rid of this. Can get rid of that. What do I do? I don't need that again. Right? I don't need that again. Right? So let's put this together. Now I often say when the box is on the right, you multiply. So you're gonna multiply 7/10 times 30. Right? So let me put that over here. 7/10 times 30. Well, work out perfect. So now 7/10 of the month gives us, I wonder if I have, I wanted another color marker, but can't bother find it. So anyway, that will be 21 days, right? That will be 21 days. So therefore, 7 months and 21 days, roughly 8 months, right? Because I mean, compare 21 days to half of it. You almost reach the end of the month, so you might as well call it 8 months, right? Anyway, that's, so when it comes to working without the calculator, sorry about that, I don't know why that comma was hanging, right? But when it comes to working without calculator, this is the sort of thing that I can help students with. So whether you're doing this kind of long or short division, right? This combines a lot of things. When you make a timetable for your divisor, you're using repeated addition. That's the first thing, right? And then, we're counting, right? 9 smaller than that, 95, 955, 9,559, then 95,598, right? So we're using place value as well. There's a lot going on. When you think about it, a lot is actually happening, right? A lot is going on. So imagine that you're combining the use of repeated addition, right? You're using place value. Then when you find the value that is greater than this amount, you start counting to see how many multiples of this number can fit within this one, right? So we counted, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? And we put the 7 up there. Now what that does now is that we say, well, now that we have this number, we have to now subtract it from this amount to see what amount is left over, right? So when we were done with so now after doing repeated addition, making a timetable, using place value, actually counting, right? After we do all of that, guess what else we end up doing? Subtraction. So therefore, when you are dividing, you're using addition, you're using multiplication, and you're using subtraction all in one. Right? All in one. That's like 3 birds, 1 stone. That is a whole heap of work, that. Right? So, I hope that this is a valuable enough lesson, right? I would hope. If anything else pops up in your mind, I'll try to come up with that question, right? So let me erase this and see if there's anything else that can come to mind. Okay, so imagine you have this problem today, right? How would I alleviate this situation? What I would do is, I would do this. I would focus on that number, and I would subtract that number from this, and from this. So let us say I subtract that number from this up here. Then that means all of these numbers would become, so this will become 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? That's what would happen next. So why don't we just put that down? 9 with those amount of zeros, right? Now let me see if I'm counting correctly. Yeah man, the right amount. Alright, now imagine subtracting this now from this. Well, let's just focus on this part now. That 3 we're going to put down here. And now we're going to start subtracting in the opposite direction. 8 minus 1, 7. 7 minus 3, 4. 9 minus 2, 7. 9 minus 0, 9. 6 minus 1, 5. 7 minus 4, well, that's 3. So here comes the question now. Why is this easier to deal with than this? Well, we'll go find out. We're going to keep adding a number to each until we get the number 10. 3 plus 7 will give me 10. I have my 0, but where's my 1? There's my 1. So now, 1 plus 5 is 6. Now I have a 0, but I need a 1 again. 6 plus what give me 10? Well, that will be 4. I have a 0, but where's my 1? Let me put it there. 1 plus 9, that already give me 10. So I need to put a 0 here, put a 1 right there. Right? There's my 0, there's my 1. 1 plus 7, we have 8. 8 plus what would give you 10? That would be 2. There's my 0, where's my 1? Put my 1 right there. 1 plus 4, that's 5. 5 plus 5 will give you 10. There's my 0, where's my 1? I put the 1 right there. 1 plus 7 is what? 8. 8 plus 2 will give you 10. There's my 0, where's my 1? No, is that 9 minus 3? No, it's 9 minus 4. Thus giving us. Yeah? Now take this number and put up here so. Just take the number and put up here and see if when we add these two numbers together, it actually line up. Let's see. 7 plus 7, 14. We have the 4. Carry the 1. 1 plus 6 plus 4, 10 plus 1, 11. Carry the 1. 1 plus 9. We have a 0. Carry a 1. 1 plus 9, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. Alright, so you have the 2, carry the 1. 1 plus 7 is 8, 8 plus 5, 13. So you have the 3, carry the 1. 1 plus 8, 9, 9 plus 2. 1, carry the 1. And of course, 9 minus 4. There you go. Right? Can't go wrong with it like this. Anytime you run into that kind of difficulty when it comes to subtracting and the top number has some digits that are smaller than this, you can use that trick. Mind you, there are some times when some numbers are smaller and some numbers are larger. There's a time when there's a little variance, right? I can show another example where something like that would happen, right? So that's about it. So follow this on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? And I try to have fun. Yeah, I try to mix fun with the little education, So follow that. Yeah.